Driving the X5. So we've done a pretty comprehensive service on this car, as you saw, last week or 2 weeks ago. The front axle's pretty much, actually every single control arm except the rear H-arm. We didn't do shocks, we didn't do rear links, but everything else in the suspension's fresh. New alignment, front rear brakes, pads, rotors, wear sensors, hardware, parking brake build, you name it. Fluids, filters, transfer case, both diffs, trans, engine oil just been changed, brake fluid. So after all of that, a couple little tweaks in terms of software programming, or coding rather, this thing's a pretty nice car. Probably the biggest problem besides that, which I don't think will be there forever, is the M54, you know, even the 3-liter, even in the 330, the lightest car they put that in, is not a particularly powerful engine. And I'm guessing I've got another 800 to 1,000 pounds over an E46 330, plus all-wheel drive. And it is just a dog. So obviously we could have gotten the V8, and I considered that for a hot minute. I could bring another M62 into the family, but while the M62 is a great engine, you do have to have a bit of a high tolerance for pain, at least when you initially buy it, because you've got to do your timing chains and guides and probably the valve covers and the cooling system more frequently, and it drinks more fuel. Though I think I made this point in an earlier vlog, I think the M62 X5, because it's working so much less hard, would get better fuel economy than an M54 that's pretty much got a downshift even with cruise control on to go up any grade. Now we still have a couple little things to work out. We've noticed that the air conditioning seems to be intermittent, and I've noticed in the 10 minutes I've been driving already, the climate panel has shut off twice for a couple seconds, and then it comes back online and continues working, but that's an issue. Also, there seem to be some Blue Bus compatibility issues in here. When you turn pairing on, like I just did to connect my phone, it just freezes the MID on that screen. It's still playing my music, but my triple click turn signals aren't working, and I can't interact with the MID. Seemingly fixed the brake light error, which apparently is a common problem on both the E53 and E70 platform X5s. I initially changed the bulb, then I realized that there's some sort of issue with the bulb socket and or light housing, so I took it out of the car and sanded it, cleaned it, put dielectric grease on it, put it back together, and then it works for like 10 minutes, and then big, check rear lights, although it's low OBC, so it doesn't say that, but you get a little picture of the car with a red bulb warning on the rear left corner. So I bought a new socket and put that in, and that, oh look, the turn signals are working now. What? I think maybe the right one doesn't work. It seems that the socket fixed that issue for now. I very briefly looked into the light facelift to see what that looked like. They're expensive, and you can change the rear lights or go to the ones with option S785A, which gives you the clear turn direction indicators. That would be a nice visual improvement, but the headlights are stupid expensive, and you can't buy them from Hella, so you're paying the genuine BMW 4,000% markup, and that's kind of a non-starter. Plus, there's a little bit of an issue with facelifting the headlights on the E53, because you also have to change the front bumper, the hood, and both fenders. So that's not going to happen. It's blowing nice cold AC now. I'm about to adjust that. Drove this home because there's actually some rain in the area tonight, which is really rare for August. We had some dark clouds roll in. Not really enough rain to get stuff wet, but the customer car that's at home right now was just detailed, and I'm not taking a chance on putting it out. I don't want mine out. The X5 was already out and got spotted, so plus I wanted to drive it after the service and see how things felt. There's no shortage of cosmetic improvements we could make. The headliner is kind of dirty, old, tired. It's not sagging anywhere really badly, but the pillars are peeling, as is par for the course on the E53. So the gray cloth is pretty cheap, and we're good friends with the guy who does the upholstery work for us, so maybe there's a chance we just at least do the A and B pillars, since that's what you see. Take those out, just rewrap them, get them close enough. But that's a low priority right now. Alarm siren doesn't work, and I went to look where it is. I thought maybe it's hidden away in a fender liner like an E39. No, it's right next to the brake booster and brake fluid reservoir, so it would take like 30 seconds to change. You don't even have to take anything apart. You cannot buy that new anymore though, so you take a gamble on used parts on eBay or from dismantlers. So we'll try that. But I checked the coding settings. It's coded on, it's plugged in. It's got to just be a dead siren module. Anyways, pretty productive day. We got 2 cars aligned. We got like 6 tires mounted and balanced. We took in a carbon black 02, I believe, M5 that we had in a few months ago. He had an issue with his alignment, so we're going to get that taken care of. He wanted LED halo bulbs, so we'll get that taken care of. And then my Sirius XM brackets finally arrived today. They came in a few weeks ago, but they weren't bent right, so I sent them back. They remade them and professionally bent them on a brake this time, so now they're really nice, tight, crisp corners, and they fit perfectly. So I put one in my 540, that's all wired up now and done.